So students, our today's topic is growth and development. Generally, growth and development, both the words are used interchangeably. We can replace one word with another, but this is not scientifically true. There is a certain difference between growth and development. Though they are taken in synonymous terms, but growth and development have certain differences in between them in true sense of terms. Let us understand what does growth and development actually mean. Growth takes place when a child grows taller, his bones, muscles, and other parts of the body increase in size. His bones, his muscles, and various parts of the body just gets increased in size. Whereas development involves a series of progressive, orderly, and meaningful changes leading to goal of maturity. We can say that growth is a quantitative change. We can actually measure the growth, how much taller a boy has become, how much increase in size of his arm, his size of his legs. We can actually measure the growth. But development is actually a qualitative measure. We cannot measure the development. It is just an orderly and sequential changes that occur with the passage of time. So let us now look at some of the definitions given by some eminent educationists. According to Harlock, growth is change in size, in proportion, disappearance of old features, and acquisition of new ones. So Harlock said growth can be a change in size, and usually it is growth or an increase in size, because as the days passes, the height, the weight actually increases in proportion. In proportion means the length of your head at the time of birth to the length of the body has a certain proportion, but as the days passes, that proportion actually decreases. Our size of our head decreases with time in proportion with the length of our body. Disappearance of old features and acquisition of new ones. Now, according to Crow and Crow, growth refers to structural and physiological changes. So this means a change in structure. For example, here a growth of a plant is shown. Firstly, the plant was only a seed, and then the seed starts growing, and ultimately it transforms into a full-fledged tree. Now, what's the definition of development according to Harlock? Development means a progressive series of changes that occur in an orderly, predictable pattern and as a result of maturation and experience. So, development occurs progressively, one after another, in a sequential manner, in a systematic manner, and it is predictable. One can predict that, okay, up to this stage the organism is developed, so after 2 years he will develop like this, like that. We can predict the development, and which occurs as a result of maturation and experience. We experience every day we come across new features, new things, we learn from that. These are the experiences, and as a result our mental maturation occurs. So these are the two factors which leads to development according to Harlock. Now, according to J. Anderson, development is concerned with growth as well as those changes in behavior which results from environmental situations. So development, in this definition of Anderson, we get development at the combination of two factors. One is the growth itself. The whole growth is included inside development. And another thing except growth is the change in behavior due to environmental situations. An organism always interact with the environment each and every time, and due to this environmental interaction, certain changes occur inside the organism. This also comes under development. Now let us discuss the difference between growth and development point wise. Firstly, growth is used in purely physical sense. It generally refers to increase in size, length, weight, etc. But development implies overall change in shape, form, or structure, resulting in improved working or functioning. So, development includes both growth and functioning of an organism. Second point, growth is the quantitative aspects of changes. That means everything that comes under growth we can measure quantitatively, but development are those changes which we cannot measure directly. These are the qualitative changes. Next point, growth is a part of developmental process. The process of growth actually consists a part of development process, and development is a comprehensive and wider term. It includes growth and other factors as well. Next point, growth doesn't continue throughout life. It stops when maturity has been attained. This means we do not grow continuously up to our death. Human beings actually grow up to an age of 18, 19 or 20 years, and then the process of growth stops, or you can say minimizes. But development is a lifelong continuous process. It continues up to our last breath. Next, growth involves body changes. So growth are those aspects which occurs in our body parts, but development involves changes in an orderly, coherent type of tending towards the goal of maturity. Development includes our mental maturation as well. Our intelligence, our aptitude, everything just develops. Now, the next point, the changes produced by growth are subject of measurement. They can be quantified. We have already discussed this point. They can be actually measured with instruments. For example, weight we can measure with the help of weighing machine. Then length, our height, we can measure our height with the help of measuring tape, etc. But development implies improvement in functioning and behavior, hence bring qualitative changes. So development is always qualitative. We cannot measure how well somebody functions as compared to any other person. We can't compare using numbers the process of development. Next, growth is cellular. It takes place due to multiplication of cells. In biological point of view, growth actually happens because of cell division. But development is organizational. It is organization of all the parts which growth and differentiation have produced. Development is as a whole term. Next, growth may or may not bring development. You can understand this point. We often see people mentally retarded, physically retarded. We have seen people where in the body of them growth occurs, but they don't actually develop mentally. So it may be possible that there is a growth but not development. Development is also possible without growth. For example, a child may not increase in height. A child during in class 5, 6, 7, his mental power, his reasoning power is so good that he can easily compete with a student of higher classes. But his height is very much less if we take into account his developmental capacity. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Thank you.